Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pokemon Trainer Robert here, back for another Wi-Fi battle finally. This one was against a good friend of mine, Nagi-Nagi. You probably know him, or at least heard of him. He's all over the place. Anyways, let's get into this battle. He starts off with his Rhyperior and his Drifloon, and I start off with Weezing and Porygon Z. He got the Brick Break off on Porygon Z, hoping for the one-hit KO, but didn't happen. And his Drifloon stockpiles, getting the defense and special defense raise. I go for an Ice Beam with Porygon Z on his Rhyperior, and that's good night Rhyperior. So then I get the Shadow Ball with Weezing off on Drifloon and does about a quarter. So then he sends out his Wailord, and he Water Spouts, knocking out Porygon Z, as well as knocking out Weezing. And then he just stockpiles again, getting another defense and special defense boost. So I send out Muck and Venusaur, and he withdraws Wailord and sends out his Iron Chef, the Registeel. And I get the Shadow Sneak off with Muck, bringing Drifloon down about half. And he gets a third stockpile up. And I get a Leaf Storm because I was going for Leaf Storm on Wailord, but he switched. Should have predicted that a little better, but anyways. So he gets the Will-O-Wisp off, and now Muck's burned. And I go for the Leaf Storm on Drifloon, thinking maybe it'll do something, but no, it did absolutely nothing. Then I get the Fire Punch off from Muck, which did nothing to Registeel, and Registeel sets up Rocks. Which isn't a big deal, because I think I only have one Flying type on this team. Yeah, so he sends out my Milotic, and then he Baton Passes back into Registeel. So now this thing is like an Uber Ultimate, you can't kill me, ha 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 wall. 3 special defense and defense boosts on top of Registeel's already good at defense and special defense. Damn. Anyways, I know I missed a little bit of the narration there, but so I get the Sleep Powder off on my Milotic, putting it to sleep, and I get the Pain Split off with Muck to get some HP back, and he Seismic tosses Muck. So I miss on the Leaf Storm, and then my Milotic wakes up and goes for the Recover, and I just keep trying to get this Registeel's HP down. It's not working, and he Seismic tosses, knocking out my Muck. So I send out Dugtrio, and I go for the EQ, doing a little bit to my own Venusaur, and I got a crit on my Milotic, which was nice, and did almost nothing to Registeel. I got the Leaf Storm off, which brought my Milotic down a little more, and my Milotic gets the Ice Beam off, which almost kills Dugtrio, and then he just uses Rest with Registeel. So now I go for another EQ with Dugtrio, hoping to knock out my Milotic and start withering away some of this Registeel's HP, but it doesn't knock out my Milotic, so Venusaur got the EQ off, knocking out Dugtrio, which was kind of bad, but knocking out the Milotic and bringing down Registeel a little more. So I send out Swellow, which, if I'm not mistaken, is my last Pokemon. Yeah, I think it is. And I get the Brave Bird off on the Wailord that he sent in, which did a little bit over half. And he Ice Beams and just finishes off Swellow. So I get the EQ off, which brings Wailord down to almost no health, and Registeel did nothing to him. I don't even think I'm going to keep narrating about that Registeel. It's not going to die. There's no way. So he Ice Beams Venusaur, which does a lot, and I get the Outrage. I don't even know why I went for I went for Outrage thinking I would die. Thinking he'd KO. Which he didn't that turn, so he got his Registeel woke up and got the Paralysis off on Venusaur, got the Thunder Wave, and then he sends out his last Pokemon, Rotom, and Shadow Balls for the win. Great game, Nagi. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.